Happy NaNoWriMo week 4. I can't believe it. It is July 22nd at 6:35 a.m. I was supposed to do my plotting yesterday. I keep on like the ambition to have it on Sunday done. It's just not working. One of these days I will get it. But I am working on the plot right now because obviously then I can't write if I don't have an idea of what is happening. So I got the first beat, which is like the hook, the setup complete. I got the the 8 major beats complete. So I know where the story's going, how it's going to end. And yeah, so now it's just time to finish the plot, get writing, and then go from there. So today, my goal is to finish out writing all the beats. Just trying to think of how best to do, like, do I want to start writing the first one or just write out all the plot? I might just start with the plot because at least I have the first two complete on here, which is the meet cute and the setup. So this is Hades and Persephone. So we have Penelope, and Hayden. So he owns a nightclub in Icarus Bluff called Abyss. Took me a really long time to figure out what the name was because that the nightclub is mentioned in the very first book, the Bullseye for Love one, which is Eva and Sam's story. So way back when I wrote that. So it's kind of mentioned throughout all the different, right? That is kind of the hope of this whole like series, is that you get a little sprinkle of characters that you're going to read about and characters that you've read about. And when I go through my revisions, I'm going to have to keep track of that because there's like, right, things that I'm like, oh, it's the winery mentioned, but then the winery, like the tasting room in the first book, I was having it someplace else, but now it's actually at a different location, so I need to square all of that around. But that's all about when I get to the revision step, but we are still on the writing. This is, I would say, the last one that I think I'm going to do for July. I did have my Aries and Hestia that I was like, oh, I could add them, but I think I'll hold off until I actually start launching these. So the first one will be a freebie as kind of like my lead magnet so I can get people in my newsletter. And with that, I think I'm actually going to be doing a Substack for this pen name. And there's also thought for the Courtney flag to move over to Substack. I think I'm going to actually do that on both because I like the element that you could blog and stuff like that. And I think that'd be a way then I could use it more like a website because I do not do anything on my website. So I think there's maybe a way that I could kind of embed it into my WordPress. But I gotta look into that. So stay tuned. If I figure that out, I will definitely share it because I know Substack's kind of like an up and coming kind of blogging. People, like, you could do paywalls, so kind of like Patreon and stuff like that, which obviously to start off, I will not be having that. But as I get maybe more subscribers, I might have incentives, like freebies and sneak peeks, like of like the story. So writing, a chapter a day or whatnot that I might do under a paywall, but haven't quite decided. So I need to figure all that out before I actually like launch that. So that's kind of where I am this morning. I feel like I was productive, but I just didn't get the writing, which is kind of like a bummer. But I should have time tonight, but we will see. I feel like I'm like a narwhal or something with my bun on the top of my hair. But hey guys, so it is 6:11 on Tuesday morning, the 23rd, and I finished 2 writing sprints. So grand total is 1,364 words. Yesterday I only did plotting. I didn't write anything, which is why I am behind, right? It all kind of snowballs into kind of when you don't write and then you don't write again. And this morning I didn't want to write, but I was like, no, I need to. Even though I don't have the plot all written out, I was like, I need to get words done because the plotting was just gonna take too long. So that's gonna what I'm gonna do after work, is try to get some more of the plot done. Which so I finished the setup and the meet cute. And the meet cute's not really a meet cute, so it's essentially just them meeting at a family dinner where, spoiler, they declare, right, that they have an arranged marriage kind of contract in order. So I need to make it more cutesy, but they do meet at the dinner. It was a really short scene. It was only 540 words, so definitely I could spruce it up a bit, because the meet cute is always like they finally met and like, right? But now I'm getting ready for the stuck together beat, which is going to be where they kind of be like, okay, this is how it's going to be. Let's just kind of get through it and just deal with the arrangement, whether we like it or not. So that's kind of be how that scene's going to go. And yeah, so making progress. I can't believe this is the last one that, like, I'm in shock for how many stories I have written this month. Like, it's mind-blowing when you put, like, your mind to it and actually follow through. It's crazy what you could achieve. So I just need to push through and get this story written. So I think I'll have time at lunch today to work on the plot, and I think I need to do that because I need to like work out after work and stuff like that. So I figured I'm gonna take this and work on it during lunchtime, right? So that's the game plan. I'll try to check in later today, because I think I'm going to try to do a few more writing sprints tonight, to kind of bridge the gap where I am, because based on Nano, let me turn you guys around. So here we are. So right now I'm at 28,643, and I need to be at 29,673. So I need about, what is that, like 1,000 words or so to be on track with my my line, which I've stayed pretty close. Like, I've had some dips and then I would go higher and then followed pretty through, a little higher, little dips, a little higher, so not too shabby. Another day. It is July 24th, around 6:30 in the morning, and I didn't do my writing this morning. I feel like it's really been a struggle these last few weeks. Like last week was definitely hard to write. Uh this week it's feeling the exact same way, and I don't know if that's just um like the excitement is diminishing or what, but let's just say it's been a struggle. But I don't know if that's just like if I'm getting sick or if I'm just like wearing myself down from like my workouts or whatnot, not eating enough, whatever it may be, but it's been tough. And I think that just kind of shows that every day is not going to be easy when you're writing. And looking at my calendar, this fun calendar here, like I've written a lot. So we skipped 4th of July, the 7th, 17th, 19th, 21, and 22. Today is the 24th, and I hope to get something today. But that's a lot of writing days, right? And so it shows that, yes, I've been writing a lot this month, and there might be times where I just need to like chill out. And with that, I think that's where I'm hitting. So maybe that goes to show that I basically have like a 3-week cycle that I could write, and then I need to take a break instead of writing for 4 weeks and then taking a break. So that's that, because I'm like, I like this story. I have like, I could picture the story. So I don't think that's the problem. I think it's just, I haven't built up the stamina, which I've talked about in the past, especially with dictation, like building up, being able to speak for 5, 10, 15 minutes straight. I've finally gotten up to, I could speak for 10 minutes before my train of thought kind of starts, I started thinking about other things, and I'm like, where am I on the story? So I got like up to 10 minutes, when before I was only like doing it for like 3 to 5 minutes tops. And then I was like, okay, that's all I could do for this sprint. Let me regroup and continue speaking. So I think that is going to be how it is. And I was watching a video from the Story Grid YouTube channel, and it was all about building a writing habit. And Tim, who is the host, I guess you could say, of the channel, was talking about to build a writing habit, start with like 100 words a day, and then go from there, have an anchor, and then doing the tiny habit, which is only 100 words instead of 1,000 words that like Stephen King says to do. And then you celebrate. And by doing the stickers, I think that definitely has helped with the celebration, because I'm like, ooh, I get to put a sticker, right? But at the same time, then I feel not guilty, but kind of down, be like, oh, I missed a day. And then it's hard to build up that momentum again and saying, hey, I am worthy. I just had, a rough day. And so I need to figure out what's the best way to get past that mindset. So if you have any ideas when you're struggling with writing and feeling bad that you missed a day, let me know in the comments. I'm sure other people would love to know what has helped you. And so that's where I am today. So 6:30, what I think I'm going to do is, I think I might take Tux out earlier, because normally I take him around like 7:15, but I think I might take him out now. And then, because I need something that is low energy, I'm trying to get into doing low, medium, high energy of when to place them. I'm going to be watching a video instead about like reader magnets and stuff like that, because for my new pen name, there will be a reader magnet, so then everyone will be able to get the free kind of first book in the series, right? They're all going to be short stories, just because I kind of like short stories. I just read one that was a bear shifter this past weekend, and I liked it. I was done in like 2 hours. Story was finished, happily ever after. I was like, this is perfect. This is like a movie. So I could be like experiencing a movie every single day by reading. It was awesome. I really like it. So that's, I know I've talked about it, that if I'm going to do full length or short stories, especially with this new pen name, I would kind of want to get it launched the correct way. So I'm doing a slow launch. I do have like an Instagram account already. I did a few posts, but beyond that, I haven't really been active. And so I'm trying to build my content calendar for that. And it's just a lot trying to do Substacks for Courtney Flagg and my new pen name. And I think I'm going to like Substacks, but I need to figure out what I want to do, how often I want to post. So yeah. And of course, if you're already on that newsletter, it'll be transitioned. I think, or I'm like, I can't decide. There's too many decisions when it comes to like the publishing realm, whether it's self-publishing or traditional. There's a lot going on. Hey guys, I finally got a writing sprint done today. So I'm feeling good. It is 4:36 on Wednesday, July 24th, 2024. I really wish that today was like Thursday at this time, because then that day would be over. I got a lot happening tomorrow. But I just finished the, the Stuck Together beat of the story. So making some progress. And now it's the deepening desire. So basically, my main characters, Hayden and Penelope, are going on a date. So this is the arranged marriage. I guess this is spoiler. If you've been following along on this whole Camp Nano, you have all the spoilers for my stories. But yeah, so I'm doing the deepening in desire next. And then we'll move into the midpoint, which I think the midpoint scene is going to be awesome, and there's going to be a masquerade, party, ball. So that's going to be a fun scene to write, which is really weird because I originally wasn't thinking of having, a masquerade when I came up with this, the premise for this story. But then I was like, oh, that would be even more, because then it adds conflict, because then obviously she's going to be like, ooh, who's this mystery guy with this mask, right? And then obviously she's developing feelings for Hayden, so it's like, who's it going to be? And then obviously, spoiler, pause the video, skip it, they're the same person, so, and that's always how it is with, the Cinderella story, right? You're like, how do you not recognize that they are the same person? But I kind of always love those type of stories and stuff. So I'm basically going to start getting dinner ready because I'm really hungry and I need to eat. But first I got to take Tux out, do his all thing, and then eat dinner and then get back into writing. Yesterday was a great day in terms of book sales. And let me tell you what I did. Yesterday was July 25th, and it was the Cozy Book Blast. So what really brought up my ranks and increased my sell-through of my other books was there was a group promo that was the Cozy Blast. And so there were, over 100 books that were free. So it was like similar to Stuff Your Kindle Day for other genres, right? So this was Cozy Mysteries. So I put up my Peppermint Perjury for free. And that is the third book in my seasonal suite series. So what happened was, who wants to read a third in a series, right? So everyone wants to read the first. So what happened was, people that downloaded the third one for free decided to buy book 1, book 2, and book 4. So I was shocked how well my rank was for those other stories. I was just like, wow, it's kind of like a cool way to test, I guess, things out. In terms of advertisement, okay, so what else did I do? I did post on my newsletter, so that was free advertising. Then I also posted on my Facebook page, Instagram. I had Amazon ads already running, so nothing really came of that I saw. But also I wasn't targeting anything that was particular, so those were just my normal things. But I did do a BookBub ad, and that actually, I think, saw some action as well. So that BookBub ad was only for one day, because I was just curious to see if I pushed that, what else would happen. So it was a lot happening, but it did pay off. And I thought I was going to make like $5, right? Because you have the free book. I got like over 3,000 downloads of the free one. So I was like, there's probably going to be a few people that buy my 99-cent first, right? So Black Licorice Larceny. I did drop it down to 99 cents because it just made more sense. They're short stories for the first one, right? Trying like a new author. I was like, let me try dropping it. So I'm having it at 99 cents. The rest of the series is $2.99. But let's just say I made more than $5. I was more in like the $35, which, okay, in the grand scheme of things, $35 isn't a lot, but for me, it's a lot. So I was really happy about that, how much I made. So that's like a little sneak peek of how much a new author makes with doing like minimum normal promotion and all that stuff, which, I mean, some people push a lot more and they get a larger readership, so then they just overall make more money, right? I'm making like less than $20 average per month. So making $30 in one day was awesome. I am sitting down on my desk, and I'm figuring out what I need to do. So this week, I have only written twice, and it is Friday. It's 5:30 a.m. I got my coffee, I got my bagel thins, and my dad's coming into town, so I'm gonna be kind of busy with that. I have, 6 hours to write my book, but also within those, 4 of those hours are work hours. So, am I able to finish my first draft of this story? I'm getting to the inkling of doubt beat. So then I have the breakup, all is lost, lovers reunite, grand gesture, and happily ever after. I need to finish it by Sunday, right? Because that's been my plan, once a week. I think I could do it, right? I mean, if you think about it, 6 hours, that should be plenty to write the full thing in 6 hours, right? 10,000 words, 6 hours, makes sense. Especially if like I'm averaging, right, 4,000 words an hour by dictation. I think I could do it. I just need to buckle down and get to it. but I also do need to clean. So there's that too. So what I'm gonna do is just get to work now and see where I go by like 7 o'clock. And then 7 o'clock, I'll take a break. So then I'll take Tux out. And then from 7 to 8, well, I think I'll try to do my cleaning, all that stuff. So that's good to go. Then 8, log into work, see what I have to do there, and do a little multi-working, right? So, see if I can finish this in time today. Let's go. Okay, so I just finished The Lovers Reunite, and this is a little different of a scene, and it's actually not about the couple. So I don't want to give too much away, but let's just say it got me emotional. And as Penny was crying in this scene, I was crying, which is crazy to think that you could get like emotional about writing, which I know people, say these books bring them to tears, but as a writer, wow, I'm a little still stuffed up, but that was a great scene. It flew by. I just finished right with the dictation, so it's doing its little transcripting part of it. It was 17 minutes. I can't believe I talked for 17 minutes. I was just getting so emotional about it and just feeling how the characters were. And so it just flew by. So we'll see how many words, but I think that's going to be a large chunk, which is great to help with my word count. So right now, before this last scene, I'm sitting at 6,000 words. So, right, obviously I want to get closer to 10,000, but, let's see, the last story, The Sailing into Love, that one was at 75, and the other one was at 93, so they're a little on the shorter side than the 10,000 mark, but I think this scene really, helped get those word counts, so I'm curious to see how many words. So let's do this calculation and see. So that scene was 1,320, which based on my words per hour, right? So you're just dividing that word count by the minutes of the sprint, which was 17. It's actually still on par with all of my shorter ones. So basically it's at 4,659 words per hour if I wrote. So everything is pretty still on, which is kind of funny because I thought that it was so much, but I guess not. So that's why it's actually really fun to do words per hour to see if you're consistent. So I'm in that 4,000, 4,500 range typically. I think a few times I have hit the 5,000 words per hour, right? The Chris Fox book, but close, but not quite. Okay, so moving on. It is 7 o'clock now, so I need to go do my other stuff, but I'm sitting at 7,320, so I'm feeling pretty good about that word count, since I have, the last two scenes, we will see the grand gesture and then the happily ever after. From that, normally my happily ever after is actually really short because it just kind of quickly wraps up the story, but the grand gesture, I need to really it's probably going to be a 2-scene thing because we got to bring back Hayden and Penny, since the last scene was just more about Penny's kind of side, and Lovers Reunite scene didn't have them reunite. So this grand gesture, they need to come back together. So that's why that's going to probably be scene 1, and then scene 2 is going to be the like declaration. Oh, I love you too, we can make this work, all that stuff. But I'll have to do that after I do the rest of my normal morning routine, get ready for the day, all that stuff. But I'm feeling good. I think this made up for not writing yesterday or 2 other days, right? So I finally get to put another sticker on my list. So I'm glad about that. Okay, let's go do normal home stuff. Hey guys, so there was a change of plans. The flight got delayed, so I've just been kind of chilling inside. I was gonna wait to do groceries. It's 5:13 now, so I'm eating dinner. I have some fries and a chicken salad sandwich. Not too shabby. So I made the chicken salad. So it's just rotisserie, cranberries, apples, red onions, Greek yogurt, lemon juice, and maybe salt and pepper. Not too shabby. But anyways, so I have about, I feel like the lighting in this room is just terrible, but what I was saying, I have, okay, 2 hours of the flight, so I have right 3 scenes to write. I could totally crank out 3 scenes in 2 hours. So let me just eat, kind of plot out what's gonna happen, and then get to writing and finish this story. Okay guys, I just finished. I'm plugging in to see what the grand total for this last sprint is. It was only a 5-minute sprint, so it's just a quick kind of wrap up. It was 444 words. So let me plug that in. Plus 444. Okay. Okay, so grand total for the first draft of Awakening Love is 8,672. So still a little short, but hey, I finished. So I'm just plugging in on Nano 444. And there we have it. That is a wrap. For 1, wrap of this vlog because I am finished. And 2, a wrap of my Camp Nano of writing 4 short stories in the month of July. I can't believe I did that. So just for the fun of it, let's, when did I start this? Okay, I'm going to see how much in minutes I wrote. So, calculating. We want to also do minutes to hours just because, wow. Okay, drum roll. I wrote, for sprint duration in minutes, 577 minutes, which is 9.6 hours. Crazy. So in essentially, let's just round up. So in 10 hours, I wrote 4 short stories. So I mean, you could do that all in one day. But I don't think most people have the mental stamina to write that long, because you'd have to do it straight. You couldn't take any breaks or anything. But that's kind of a cool thing. And then word count wise, let's do how many words. Is that the same as what my Nano has? Yeah. So same as Nano. So this is what I have in my Nano dashboard is 35,951 words. So there is still, what, Saturday, Sunday. So we have 5 more days, right, of the month of July, because today's the 26th. So I could start revising to hit my 40,000 words. And then I could say I officially won Nano. However, I feel like internally I won Nano because the goal was to finish 4 short stories. I finished the 4 short stories. So we'll see how I'm feeling next week, but I think I might just start because I think if I take a break, I will continue taking the break, and I need to keep the momentum of writing essentially, or being in my story every day. That's, I think, this whole project has taught me, is to be in the story every day. And I think if I start on Monday, because I'll take the weekend off to as like decompress and stuff like that. And if I start on Monday, I'll start back to the first book and start revising. And we'll go from there because I want to get the freebie right out this year in 2024. And then the start of the full series will begin in 2025. So I'm thinking of doing, I don't know for this how I'm dealing with release schedule yet, so I need to think of that. But this is really fun. Now I need to figure out my next project, which I think is going back to my seasonal suite and finishing up those. So I have 3 short stories left, and for how I did on these, like, it'll give, like, in a month I could have those stories done. So, but I think what I'm going to do is, I don't know if I could balance revising and writing at the same, but I might try that for the month of August. So I need to figure out my plan for August, which that goes to be working on my plans for August, right? I'm moving away from doing 90 days, so doing a quarter for my goals. I am going to monthly goal setting, and so I'm starting to plan all that stuff out for August. There will be a video coming up about that once I have it all planned and prepped. But until then, thanks so much for watching my Camp NaNoWriMo, and until my next video, bye!